You know what they say, third time's a charm, and this is the third session in the spoiler room for the Novelty Podcast. Novelty shirt, t-shirt, giveaway. I wish I had a catchier title. This is where 3 of my listeners get to throw their favorite movie in the ring that I will give a review, and it's up to you to get one of them to 20 views first, and whoever gets to 20 views first wins a free Novelty Podcast t-shirt. I've already reviewed Forrest Gump. I've already reviewed True Romance, and now I'm getting to review the After Party? I don't know. I know this is a crazy tonal switch, but this is a good friend of mine, and I just want to say, hey, we really are friends, but I can't believe that you had me review this one, man. This is crazy. So I'm gonna get into this. So So it's kind of a novelty in our society. We say it very sarcastically. We say it, when we just having fun. We say this thing. We go, World Star. And this came from any outlandish thing happening getting recorded. And it's mostly drama. But a lot of things can qualify for the World Star reaction. So this is what I expect from World Star. I respect, short video clips that doesn't contribute to my life at all. Just a bunch of brain soup. I don't expect them to produce my movies. I don't expect them to produce my entertainment. So the second that I seen that this was a love child of World Star Hip Hop, I start cringing. Now Netflix, they will distribute anything. They don't really care. So I didn't know if I should hold them accountable. So let's get into this movie. Let's take the after party to the spoiler room. So the after party is basically a promotional piece for the rapper Kyle. It's funny, my little brother is a big fan of the guy. I think that he's cool. I don't even think my little brother like him. I think it's my coworker actually. I think he likes him. Met him. Thought he was a cool dude or whatever. And so you had that going on. Somebody knew him or whatever. I don't know why World Star felt like they needed to produce this. I don't know the background. I don't know if this was Kyle's project and he pushed it, or if World Star thought that they should have Kyle in this role. I think Kyle is a pretty good rapper. I think that he has a certain technical mastery of it all, but none of that was showcased in here. In here, I never enjoyed his rapping. I enjoyed what he was saying. I thought the dude was funny. I listened to a podcast of his where he's just riffing on everyday stuff because the dude just sounds funny. But I never enjoyed it. I never thought that he would get a record deal in 24 to 48 hours. I think it's laughable that people think they understand what a record deal is. And Kyle has a record deal. I would think that he would be able to put some type of artistic input in on this one. Nobody can go to a couple parties and get a record deal. Record labels want to see traction. They want to see a following. They want to see where's your fans. And this dude has nothing, and he's talking about getting a record deal. And the way he gets a record deal, my God. So this movie has a lot of focal issues. This movie tries to add elements of romance in here. And the elements of romance are so bad that they just abandon them. They abandon them completely and try to make this about friendship or something like that. Now, it's sort of about friendship, but it's also about corporate greed. They put a deus ex machina of a character in here. His name is... can't find his name, man. This might be him. I don't know if that's him. I don't know. Shit, man. But his right hand man was in here with him, and thank God for him. He made this movie work by himself. He was the glue. He was determined to not let these plot points start getting all over the place, and he was just constantly there to save this damn story from completely falling apart earlier, because it constantly fell apart. I'm sorry, Leon. I just can't believe you haven't reviewed this thing. I can't believe you like this thing, man. Wait till I talk about the critical score. It should be very interesting. But anyway, so if you want to talk about the acting, we kind of can. But honestly, I would try to avoid talking about the acting altogether because there is no acting in here. And I think that's probably why it kind of doesn't seem as bad as it is, because nobody's really trying. Everybody's tone this whole movie is a sarcastic one. Everybody can't believe that they're saying the words that they are. They're all smiling or trying not to laugh. And it's crazy. They try to have heart, though. They try to have a heart. They try to put this whole military angle in there. It's like, oh, I'm going to go away and get a good job, because that's all the military is, right? It's a fallback good job. It's like, oh, man, I don't have anything else working. I'm going to get a good job. And, that's cool or whatever. But then for him to be like, well, I need to get it by this time. It's like, you just need the movie to be over at a certain time. Is that what's going on? You need it to be over? What do you mean you need a record deal in 24 hours? So by some fluky, a lot of this movie had people convincing people to do stuff off whimsical things that didn't really mean anything. Like, so that was that was pushing the plot a lot. People just being convinced, like, oh, well, you know what? I'll give him a shot. The dude never earned a shot. The dude couldn't even turn in a hit song. But he constantly wanted this opportunity, and he even had exposure because it kept getting viral on the internet. Listen, I'm in Kyle's position, okay? I am a small YouTuber and a small podcaster. I need controversy so bad. I need any reason to go viral right now. I need any reason. But come on, man. Like, he couldn't even do anything with that, because the story would constantly forget itself. It would constantly get distracted. It didn't know which story arcs it wanted to stick to. It severely undeveloped his right hand man, the Jewish dude, man, who constantly. I want to find his name. I can't find his name anywhere. I might have to go to IMDb, but I'm kind of committed right now or whatever. But yeah, man. I'm trying to think of something positive to say. I like cameos. Cameos are cool. They had a couple cool cameos or whatever. What else? Sometimes Kyle's performance was decent. He had some decent scenes. I laughed in spots. Some spots was some they had some funny scenes. Yeah, but this movie is pretty much a mess. I don't know. I don't know any way to phrase it. So yeah, it's called The After Party. They tried to center this thing around an after party when the after party in the grand scheme of things was inconsequential, because the reason that they was able to gain access to the after party was all these happenstance interactions that they would have with random ass people. It was insane. Like, it was insane to believe that this was a story somebody was telling. Like, somebody thought that this was a story. And it's crazy. It's not a story. They were making up stuff. They were like, okay, well, I had something really simple, right? These people, whoever wrote this damn movie, man, they felt like all rappers get record deals by finding people and freestyling in front of them. This is how they all felt like you get record deals. Everybody felt like Bone Thugs and Harmony is the way. Bone Thugs and Harmony followed Eazy-E for months. They didn't do it in 2 nights before one of them or all of them went to the military. Okay? But I don't think this story really respected storytelling enough to even care about that aspect. But so that was their goal, right? Freestyling in front of somebody with influence in the industry, or who can get them a record deal. So what they did, they was constantly throw up these obstacles. Listen, my casual people out there, a lot of people, they don't care about story. They just watch stuff to enjoy it. If going to get girls is ever intricate to your plot, you don't have a story. It's not there. You got to find a story. You can hire girls, but if you go and that's the worst thing that you can do to a character. If you're trying to develop a character and they can pay their way past that development, well, buddy, you don't have character development. They did nothing with their story arcs, nothing with their characters, and they had their chances. They tried and forgot. Got caught up in their cameos and all of that. Sorry, man. This is my friend. This is my friend's pick of this movie, man. He's gonna be pissed at me. That's why I can't believe he picked it. I can't believe it. So let's get into the critical reception. If you're just watching this one and you haven't seen the whole series, the 3-part series for this competition or whatever, what I like to do sometimes to help me, really gauge a movie is I like to see where I'm closer to between the audience score and the critical score on a website that we all know what I'm talking about, the most famous critical website with the initials of RT. I don't like saying their name for some creepy reason. I don't know why. I don't know why I dream about waking up to an email from them. But it's probably never happened. They probably don't give a shit. But it's just the thing. So the critics gave this thing. Wait. Let's do the audience first. Let's really confront this audience of 385 people. They gave it 89%. Now, I know, based on what I'm just saying, it's like, yeah, all those people liked it. Look at all of the 100% they gave. Well, listen, you can press rewind. You can go back. And I said a little tidbit about people not caring about story. They're out there. They're out there. There's also fans of Kyle. They're out there. There's also a bunch of interns at World Star Hip Hop headquarters. They're out there. But trust and believe that this is not an 89% of a movie. Trust and believe that most people who really respect movie and storytelling didn't watch this movie. Trust and believe that these 385 people who gave this thing 100% to a 90% to a 95% to a 88% to a 80%, they had an agenda. So it wasn't a good experience. But this is the thing that works out. A lot of times when people are this critical of anything, you lower the bar. You lower the expectations. And then you get to go see that movie with lowered expectations and like, I wasn't even that bad. You can maybe think you liked it. So you got that going. But the critical reception of this one, 0%. Now, I'm not even that crazy about those type of things. Only 5 critics seen it. But every critic gave it a 0%. I don't believe in giving anything a 0% because at the end of the day, even a bad movie gives you something you can take from it. But sometimes they don't. Just watched this movie called Wounds. Gave me nothing. Just a big heaping pile of garbage. And I love Armie Hammer. So I think that even if you can get something out of these movies, that you can't give them a 0%. You can't say that was an absolute waste of my time. But on this one, they nailed it. They're right. Sting is pretty much a 0%. As it doesn't finish any parts of its story. It gives up on its characters constantly. It's already a weak story to begin with. So if you got a weak story, you know how you get around that? You make strong character. They didn't do that. They had a bunch of people pouting. We had people falling out and getting back together and, doing all of this stuff. All for them to get a record deal from French Montana in a matter of hours. Because the way you get a record deal is you go viral on YouTube and you freestyle in front of French Montana. Because we all, in our heart of hearts, can be a Cash Me Outside girl. Might be the moral of the story here.